Welcome to a journey of spices, excitement, experiences, and stories of good flavor meeting great vegetables and fruits right here on AUMcuisine. Good morning and welcome to another episode of AUMcuisine, authentic, universal, meditative. This is Vaidya Priyanka. I'm going to be making you a wonderful tofu scramble. It's basically like an egg scramble but for vegans and so yummy. It's actually meant for everybody, not just vegans, but you know, just another way of doing things. I'm going to be putting in some coconut oil into my wok right here, and as it melts I'm going to be adding in some cumin seeds. So tasty. I love the taste of cumin seeds with tofu. It kind of masks the otherwise taste, which not many people like. I'm going to be putting in some green chilies and some red onions. While I let that get warm, going to be adding in some garlic. And over here I have some tofu. So what you have to do is actually put a weight on the tofu, which is very important to do, so that all that extra water comes out. You don't really want to be cooking the extra water. So I'm going to be crumpling it up. And when I crumple it up so that it gives you that kind of really kind of an eggy texture, I'm going to be putting in some turmeric. Turmeric is a lovely anti-inflammatory, very nice, and it kind of gives you the look of the eggs because it's yellow, So instead of the yolk, this is what you're going to be putting in. And then what I'm going to do is add a little bit of salt. To taste, going to be putting in some red chili flakes. Remember, you already have some heat going on here with the green chilies, so you want to be a little careful about this. And then I'm going to be putting in some black pepper to taste. Again, not too much heat, just a teeny weeny bit, because you're getting heat now from the black peppers, you're getting a little bit from the onions, the red chili flakes, and the green chilies. So I'm going to allow that to marinate by itself on the side for a while. I'm going to stir this enough, still getting crispy. I'm going to wash my hands and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back now and I have the onions. It's kind of getting crisp here. Smells wonderful. And I'm going to be putting in some spinach and some red bell peppers and some green bell peppers, just for that lovely variety of flavor as well as nutrition and color, which is very obvious, very beautiful. I'm not going to be putting in any salt here, remember, not yet. And then I'm going to be putting in some green peas. It just comes together very, very nicely. I'm going to be adding a little bit of cilantro to this and save the rest. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these vegetables and add it to the tofu that I have marinating here for just a bit. So very simply, we just add it on like so. Continue to keep a really hot pan. Just mix everything together. And then at this juncture, I add a little bit more turmeric for the color to be vibrant. The pan is going to be still hot, and I'm going to put this right back. Already looks lovely, but we really want the tofu to cook through a little bit. In a wok it's beautiful, so it gets a little bit cooked more uniformly. I just allow it to go in the sides of the wok like so it cooks uniformly. Great. And while that happens, I'm going to be preparing my bread to go with it. So you can choose bread of your choice, some gluten-free bread if you have it. What we have here is some spelt bread from Rudy's. We like this brand, all of us do. And I don't know, call me a little bit picky, but I don't like the size of the bread. And I think it kind of contributes to a certain bitter taste when you're making a tofu scramble. So it's a good idea to get our bread prepared like so. Everything else can go into compost, so you're not really wasting it. I'm going to cut them into little diamonds just for a little bit of extra pizzazz. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with that a little later. Okay. Over here, this is really coming along well, and see, the color is much better, more vibrant as it cooks through. So you can make it two different ways. So if people who really like that runny, moist consistency, the dish is already done. But I like mine a little bit more cooked. So this is the juncture where I add a little bit more salt to taste. And I like it a little peppery, so I'm going to put some black pepper. But it's entirely up to you. The idea is what I want set into you, like the concrete idea. What else you choose to add based on your preferences is completely up to you, and that's the whole idea. We like people to basically go through the whole beauty of putting together a lovely meal with simple ingredients and offering it very tasty to the entire family or friends or whoever you're cooking for. So I'm going to allow that to sit for just a few minutes and then we'll be done. I'm going to clear all this up and it'll be time to plate. But before that, I'm going to take a little pan and toast up my bread on the side. So I'll see you in just a bit. Okay, welcome back. My lovely toast is getting browned with a tad bit of coconut oil. And here I have a lovely sunshine plate, yellow plate, to match the morning. And I'm feeling very glorious. Have some beautiful bits of microgreens. I love them. They're so filled with flavor and they look so cute. Incredibly cute. And then I'm going to be putting my tofu scramble in the center of this. And it's a great way to pack it, you know. So you're going to take the back of a spoon and pack it completely through. It's really pretty. And when you're around the midpoint of it, you're going to be adding a layer of cilantro. It kind of keeps the freshness intact when you are having something like a tofu scramble. And then again, you tighten them up like so beautifully. You know, some people write to me or even ask me all the time and say things like, you know, do you think I really have the time in the morning to do this for my family? The idea is whether you have the time or not, you need to make the time, because life is about the things that you make time for, not the things that you really rush and do. So even though the intention of just making breakfast for somebody is wonderful, it's really nice if you can make it a beautiful memory rather than just a breakfast. So as you can see here, don't try this at home if your fingers are not into that heat situation, right? Use a spatula or whatever, but I'm just used to being around in the kitchen with the heat. So I just like it browned, you know, and I like skillet toasting compared to a machine that goes, you know, so this is important. And I like to keep the moisture in place into the form like so. It's just so beautiful. And then I put some more just on the top like so. If you're ready with the toast, I'm going to put one like that, and one extra for somebody who's been nice, so we'll just leave it there. So I'm just going to lift that very gently, and there you have it. That is such a spectacular vision for anybody who just wants to eat a fabulous breakfast. Just tasty, okay? But I'm gonna do like a little taste test and I'm gonna serve that. I'll post something. People tell me that it tastes just like eggs. And I'm gonna have to take your word for it, but it's yummy. It's so yummy. Then I always go for a second spoon. It means I really like it, which means it's really good. And I hope you have a lovely breakfast cooking for your loved ones while I eat breakfast with mine.